Hey guys, it's May to December, it's me, and I'm back again with another video, and this time it's a collection update video. So before we get to that, there's a few changes. So first of all, I'm not in the corner anymore doing my videos, so the lighting's better because the light's directly above me. And second of all, why am I not in the corner? Well, we got rid of the desk, and we got rid of the broken computer. Now, you might go, I remember you sitting there and there were pictures behind you and all this other stuff in the past. That's true. I used to sit here before on the geeky chats and in some of the Moon Magic Game of Gurus, which I actually preferred because obviously I can lean back, I can chill, I can feel calm. As over in the corner, it was always quite cramped and, I didn't really like it that much, to be honest. I don't know why I did that for so many years. I should have just got rid of shit and carried on. So yeah, I've got so many different titles to talk about. Some I've watched, some I haven't. So I guess we should get started with it. So first of all, I will show the Criterions I picked up. The first one is directed by Stanley Kwan, and that is Rouge. That's right, with Leslie Chung and Anita Mew. And Anita Mew was one of the most beautiful women in all of Asia back then. Absolutely phenomenal actress, incredible. Leslie Chung was, well, is iconic really of that time. Now, this film is one of those films that always, escaped me. And I never found it on DVD. And there was a Blu-ray that was released in Hong Kong, but it was one of those upscale Blu-rays which I can't remember what the company's called off the top of my head, but they weren't very good. And what I will say is when Criterion said they were going to release it, I was like, I've got to get it. I've got to get this. I think it came out a month or two ago. So, yeah, picked that up. Then I picked up Double Indemnity, which is a film noir. Now, when I started getting into film noirs properly, my wife said, I've got a list for you that I watched when I used to do a lot of stuff years ago. And this was one of them. And she said, you've got to watch it. You've got to pick it up. And whenever you get the chance, give it a go. Now, this is the 4K Blu-ray combo. Now, why did I get a 4K? Because I was like, if I love the film, then I've already got the 4K then, and I can keep it for when I get a 4K player. Which I actually kind of prefer, but they're in together like these. I love these Criterion cases. I'm thinking about getting Raging Bull as well. I also wouldn't mind getting Drive My Car? And all the Alfred Hitchcocks doing the sale this year. Or I should say this month, because there's two sales, isn't there, in the year. But I don't know. Because there's so much going on at the minute, I don't know if I want to buy them or not, or, just basically save the money. So, next up, we've got one of Trinda's favourite films, and that is 11 Days and 11 Nights. Broken. It turned up broken. Now, this is from 88 Films. I've never ever watched this film. I've never seen it. But every guy I've talked to who's seen this tells me that when they were a kid, they played themselves to it. But it was hot. It was steamy. It was incredible. It was one of those movies where you just couldn't put down. Because the woman in it, what's her name? From the Jessica Moore. Sodoma's Ghost. That sounds interesting. Sodoma's Ghost. Told me, you got to get it. You got to watch it. You like watching Jess Franco? You like watching Tinder Brass? You watch this. Since I've been watching a lot of Jess Franco lately, I thought, why not? It was only $9.99. And I love a good English copy with the 18 rating on it. That's one thing about living in America. I miss the ratings, the UK ratings. How I miss you, my old friend. And what's the old one as well, the original one, not that horrible, crappy ones we have now. Ugh, they're disgusting. Anyway, next up, and this has one of the new ratings on it. See it right there? Where is it? Wrong side. Oh, no. Right there. Horrible. Why give it horrible colours? This is the limited edition version of Chuck Steele, Night of the Trampires, which I think was an Indiegogo original, like funded, and then it was released through Screenbound. And basically, what this reminded me of was Wallace and Gromit. Reminded me a lot of Wallace and Gromit in the style. Now, this film, from what I've seen, isn't very PC. Right? It's got bad humour. It's basically everything you want when you watch a thing like this. Like, it's like I used to watch old adult cartoons. They never had the PC. They never were classy. They made you laugh, and you just kind of stuck with them. And that's what I'm hoping from this movie. Now, it comes with a poster. It comes with a booklet that shows you how they create the characters. It also comes with Raging Balls of Steel Justice, which was the short film that came out in, I believe, 2013. So it's like I've got 2 films on there. Now, this film is actually 90 minutes long, which surprised me. But as soon as I saw this, I was like, I have to pick this up because I know me and the wife will love it because, you know, you just want madness in these kind of films. Then I picked up from Eureka in England, or the UK, whatever one you want to say. I always say England, but UK, is the Shaolin Plot. Now this has Chen Xing in it, Carter Wong, Sammo Hung, James Tien, and many other classic, Hong Kong action actors. Now, I'd never seen this film before until recently, and I can see why. It's very forgettable. There's some great action scenes, but the ending is very forgettable in the sense that the main star, you know, like the person who wants revenge, the person who's got the issues, doesn't really do much in the end. And you feel like it's taken away from him, and he's just standing there. It's mental in that sense. But there's some great scenes in there, like when someone's character pretends to be remorseful and then stabs a monk in the eyes. That's fun. The movie's a bit overlong, if you ask me, and Chen Xing's character feels a little underused. He's supposed to be evil, but he feels characteristic instead of actually evil in a way. It's hard to explain. Casanova 1, great as always, but better in Warriors 2 where he actually shines. There's a similar fight scene at the end, like in Warriors 2, but it was upped more, you know. James Tien was supposed to be basically the Bruce Lee before Bruce Lee came along, and that was taken away because Bruce Lee had more charisma and more, more fluidness to his movements. As James Tien is very stiff, in my view. Mike Leedon on Venom even said it on the commentary when I was watching it. But, you know, James Tien was more of a side character than a leading man by the way he was. Now, James Tien to me is great because I loved him in Dragons Forever, I loved him in Big Boss, I loved him in all these different movies he was in. You know, Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee and Sammo and all that. But he was never leading man material, you know. So, yeah, not a bad movie. And if you're like me, and you've collected all these so far, like Warriors 2, Prodigal Son, Dreadnought, Knockabout, Duel to the Death, One Armed Boxer, the Angela Male one when it comes out, I think next month, then you want this on the shelf with them because they look great. The artwork is phenomenal on these. I love it. Now, next up, A24, I think they're called. They released this film in the cinema over here, and it's an Icelandic film. And when I first heard about it, I was like, I have to get this movie because I have to watch it because it looks so good. The trailer made me go, this is going to be movie of the year. So in December, I was like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? And I think around January, it came out late December, you know, to download or, you know, rent. Well, I did download the rent of it. Well, downloaded the rent, you know, downloaded the rental. And I never watched it because I want to watch the Blu-ray because it looks like it's going to be really good. Now, when A24 released it, they released it in a special kind of packaging with, like, I think, like a sketchbook kind of thing style. And they wanted $42 for it with $5 postage. So it was almost like $50 for it. And I was like, I ain't paying that for a film. Now, Mubi in the UK released it. And they released it with a nice slip cover of the poster. And that's Slam. And it comes with some art cards. I'm not going to get them out because they're not really that great to look at. Really. They're kind of bland, which is kind of disappointing, really. But I'm really looking forward to watching Lamb because I like the actress, if I can say her name properly. Where is it? Noomi Rapace. I'm hoping that's how I say it properly. And it just looked like one of those films that I really like. I love the song in the trailer. I liked the style. And I'm really looking forward to watching it. Now, So people have said to me it's very different to how it's presented in the trailer, and it's nothing like that. But, you know, I'm looking forward to watching it. I think it's going to be a good film either way, and I always like a good foreign film if it's done properly. And this feels like one of those films I'm going to really enjoy. So, yeah. It's only 106 minutes long as well. And it only has one special feature, Q&A with the director and actress. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Brilliant film from what I've seen. Next up, we've got Mondo Macaarbro title I've waited for a while. And I picked this up for $8, and that was Don't Deliver Us from Evil. Now, it's about two young girls who are at a convent, and basically they go out on bicycle rides, and they start reading forbidden books. And they start committing terrible acts. They meet a guy, and they end up doing things, and they end up getting to the part where, you know, they might do an unforgivable act. Now, a lot of people say this inspired Heavenly Creatures in a way, but did it better. And it came out in 1971. It was banned for many, many years until recently. There's a lot of crazy stuff in it, and it says on the back you have to have a very open mind. Now, do I think it's going to be that bad now? Probably not. You know, it was, what, 51 years ago? 51 years ago, things were very different in what we found to be, you know, unacceptable. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to watching this. I have lately been getting a lot of Mondo Macaarbro titles to watch, like Hotel Fear. I picked up their recent bundle. What was in it? The Sexy Horrible Vampire. Lust of the Mummy, I think it is. What was the other one? The other one was a Jess Franco movie. That's the reason I picked it up in the first place. That comes out mid-July. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, this has on it, we renounce forever Christ and all his works and all his stuff. Basically, it's one of those things they're trying to, you know, shock you and point your thing. So I'm looking forward to watching this because I just like seeing these type of films because I find them interesting. So, yeah. At first, it was just a game. And lead us now into temptation. So basically, it's, you know, hopefully it's good. So then I got the new Baruto title. This is, I think, volume 12. Volume 13 is coming out soon. And I enjoy watching these with the wife. She's a big Baruto fan. She loves Naruto. She watched all of them, including the movies. And me, I need to catch up with Naruto because I only watched the first couple of seasons. But I've been watching a lot of Baruto, and it's nowhere as good as the original series, but it's still fun. I do enjoy it, and I do enjoy the music in it. So, yeah, I don't need to talk much about that, to be honest. So, then I picked up some titles from Vinegar Syndrome from the partner labels. And the first one was J. Bulle de Partout. This was a Brigitte LaHaye movie, which has a very, very suggestive cover. Now, I've covered over the nudity, hopefully. And this is the first picture right here. Look at that. And this is the other picture on the back. Look at that. You know. Now, I picked this up because this sold out within half an hour on the website. And so many people bought it for obvious reasons. She's naked on the cover. Half an hour to sell. Get this. I think it was like 1,000 copies. Or half an hour. Cost like $26. I bought it, not for LaHaye, even though I've got a few other films coming. But I bought it because it's a Jess Franco movie. And lately I've been going Jess Franco crazy, you know. I've picked up all the DVDs. I've got like 9 Blu-rays of his coming from Severin. I want to pick up 5 others from the Kino sale that's going on at the minute. Because I want to fill up my Jess Franco collection because I've been enjoying them. They're not all good, but I enjoy them. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm definitely keeping this in a sleeve for protection because, you know, it needs to be protected because it could easily get damaged. Next up, I've got Potato Dreams of America. I picked this up because it looked like an interesting LBGT movie. It's about a guy apparently it's an autobiographical comedy about growing up in America with a mother who was like a renter wife who becomes his mum, and it's about sexuality and about growing up and the coming of age. And yeah, it just looked really, really good. And when I watched the trailer for it, I was just enamored with the way it's filmed, the quality. Some of the things in it look a bit controversial, you know. But, you know, most good films are a little bit controversial in the right sense, I mean. So, yeah, and I like the art style. I really like the style on it. So, yeah, I might watch that soon. Next up, I picked up Forbidden Love, The Unashamed Stories of Lesbian Lives. This is supposed to be a documentary about lesbian pulp literature from the 1960s. Now, if you know anything about lesbian literature from back then, it was very frowned upon, but it was a way for people to feel less repressed by their feelings and the way they communicate with the world, because it was very closed-minded back then, you know. This was a way for people to share and kind of relate to each other, especially, you know, if they were lesbians, you know. Now, the thing with this thing is these stories didn't just affect women who, you know, were lesbians. It affected women in marriages who were ignored, and it became a very big thing back then. I mean, if you look at news articles from back then, some of the stuff was just horrible, you know. There's a news article, one of the pictures I saw on Vinegar Syndrome's website to do with this, and it was about homosexual men. And it said about how, you know, don't let people near this person because they could catch it, you know. It's evil, it's disgusting, it's vile, you know, all this stuff, which is all completely wrong, you know. But what I will say about that is, but it just shows how far we've come, you know. Yeah, do we still have people that way? Yeah, of course, we always will about everything. You know, whether it's homosexuality, race, you name it. Because, you know, some people just can't accept that we need to live in a society where we understand and care about each other. And I think that things like this are important to watch and important to feel, because it's a part of history that, you know, most people need to learn. Plus, I find it very interesting because I like watching stuff about any kind of literature. Pulp literature, I think, is one of the most incredible kinds. I mean, I read a lot of it. I read like Matt Bolan, I read The Destroyer, I read all kinds of things. And, you know, to me, this was one of the top things when they announced to get. But a lot of people didn't want it. When I watched a lot of live streamers talk about it, they were like, nah, sounds boring to me. And I was like, kind of says a lot in my view about people's views of the idea of being open and being, you know, accepting and honest with how, you know, how closed-minded some people can be, you know. I mean, I'm quite lucky because, you know, me personally, I accept everybody for who they are, and I care about everybody no matter what, you know, and that's how people are with me, you know. Because I feel like we need to be in a world where we show love and care, we support each other, and we understand each other. I don't just mean like understand each other like, oh, you know, he's a movie fan, and you know that's great, but understand each other as who we are truly inside. Because I think there's so many people out there who feel so stuck and so lost, not because of who they are, but because of the people around them. And I think that's something that really, really is something that hurts people, you know, more than anything. I can say to a friend, hey, I care about you, I love you, right? But if I'm not understanding who they are and giving them the support and the true care of how I should be, then I'm failing them, you know. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want them to feel that I love them not just because they're my friend, but because of who they are and what they feel they need to be, you know. But you know, it's just one of those things, and you know, that's a bit of a ramble there. But yeah. So next up, I got from Indicator, and I've been waiting for this set for so long. Right, I watched Volume 1. I've got Volume 2, 3, and 4 to watch still. Hopefully soon. And when this was announced, I was so excited. Why? Humphrey Bogart. It's the Humphrey Bogart Columbia North set. Now, I didn't watch much Humphrey Bogart films all my life. Never really watched them. And Donna said to me, that's my wife, my beautiful wife actually, she said, you need to watch more Humphrey Bogart. You know, you watch these film noirs, watch more Humphrey Bogart. So I did. I started picking up Casablanca. I started picking up African Queen. I started picking up the Maltese Falcon, Angels of Dirty Faces, which to me is more of a James Cagney movie. And by the way, Angels of Dirty Faces, you haven't watched it? Watch it. The ending, incredible. Right? Anyway, this movie has Dead Reckoning, not movie, this box set, not movie. It had 6 movies in it. Is Dead Reckoning, Knock on Any Door, Tokyo Joe, Sirocco, The Family Secret, The Harder They Fall. All rated up to 12. I mean, that's amazing. All right. This is the picture of them on the back. I'm not going to open it just yet because I'm not going to watch it. And anytime soon, probably. There's a little mark on the side from where it got damaged in the mail, but that's all right. So, you know, Humphrey Bogart, sadly, I believe, died in 1957. Very early he died, which is very sad because he was very special. You know, man, to me, Humphrey Bogart was what you'd call a real man of cinema. You know, he was by far not a handsome man, but his acting made him unique. His acting made him a leading man. He had charisma in the sense of what it was like to be a man. You know, and I feel like in modern time we don't get real men of cinema. You know, not really. It feels like everybody has to be pretty, or they have to have some sort of sex appeal to be accepted. And to be honest with you, that's something that I feel is missing now, because sometimes, it's not about the best actor, it's about who's going to get the seats filled by being eye candy, you know. And it's the same with women. The women in the 30s to the 50s were incredibly beautiful. They were amazing. Yet none of them ever had to take their clothes off in a sexual way. None of them had to dress inappropriately because they were just feminine and gorgeous, you know. So it's something I've always noticed since watching them. But yeah, the Columbia Noir 5 Humphrey Bogart set. That's what I've got. I'm looking forward to watching it soon. And yeah, that's my whole update until Tuesday. Now, Tuesday, my Severance stuff comes, and that's probably going to be a very long video because I bought way too many movies. I mean, way too many. So I look forward to hearing people's views on that. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I hope you like the new setup since I'm back where I was before, and I think the lighting's a lot better. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe down below. And if you could, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you've seen any of these movies. Let me know what you think about these movies. If you've seen any of them, let me know anything you want to down below. You know, if you want to say hi, say hi. I'll respond and say hi back. And yeah, let's maybe start a conversation about something good. You know, if you've got any movies you want to recommend them. You know. But as always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'm very grateful actually that you're watching, especially today, because today, when this goes up, it will be the 4th of July. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good 4th of July. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, guys. Bye.